Take My Place. This is the final track that we need to do to complete the entire album of the works. So here we go. All right, we're in A flat to start here, so we have A flat major, right? To kind of get in the camera here. To get the same vibe as the intro keyboards, you might want to use your fingers here. So I'm just hitting like really kind of the top four, the bottom four notes here, and then we go to a D flat, and then D flat sus2, and you alternate there. So you have. And then up to E flat, and then you have this chord, which is an E flat over A flat. So the way this works is here you have your E flat note, and right here you have an A flat chord, because that's A flat, an octave higher, that's A flat. So you put it like this. So E flat, A flat there, and there on the what is that? I'm all over the place here. A B flat note. So you hit, and then the last two chords are an A flat sus4 to a G sus4. Right. So all together. So pretty cool. The G sus4 can also be played like that, but I think it's better use this voicing here. Okay, you could do it with a pick. I don't know. I don't really like it. Alright, cool. And then chord chart, don't forget, is below. So let's go on with the rest of the song. So the whole verse is one chord. It's A minor 7. All right, that's it. I like this. So there's your A minor, there's your A minor 7, and then I like it with the G on top. Okay. So that G sus4 from the intro, you'll notice it bleeds over into the A minor 7 chord, and that's fine, right? Because you have a high G in that chord going against that faded out low G sus4 chord. Very clever. So that's the whole verse. It's just an A minor 7 chord. You could play this version if you want, but I like it down here. I mean, there's a million and one ways to play A minor 7. I stick to the basics for these videos. And then we move into our chorus. So let's go there. Okay, so in the chorus we have an interesting move to D. It's kind of just moving to the 4 chord, a major 4 chord here. And he alternates between D major and D minor in this part. So the A bass just keeps going the whole time. So all of the chords you'll see are notated as slash chords with the A bass. So what you'll want to do is just hook your thumb over the top, so that open A rings out against the D and D minor chords. So the D that I'm playing is actually a sus2. Having that third in there just doesn't sound right to me. So we have a D sus2 over A. Do you want it? Do you want my place? Will you take my place? Do you want it? Do you want my place? You can take my place. So D sus2 over A against, or then followed by a D minor over A, an A minor, and then a D over A again, D sus2 over A. That's the first part of the chorus. Second part starts on the D minor. Do you want it? You do that twice. Do you want my place? Then E. You can take my place to A minor. So the E major in there just gives it a bit of tension, a bit of a harmonic minor kind of a vibe. So very, very nice there. Then we have another verse, which is exactly the same over an A minor 7 chord. Some nice guitar here. Really nice little Steely Dan kind of sound. Alright, then we go into another... Okay, so we're going to go into another chorus here, but this time he's going to change it up, and it's going to be twice as long as the first chorus, okay? So there's going to be some different chords here, and then we'll just go through that, and then we'll break it down. So let's scoot back a little bit here and do this second chorus. Okay, so the chords are all up on the screen. You can see them. The first part of the chorus is still the same. Do you want it? Do you want my place? You can take my place. So D sus2 over A, D minor over A minor, D sus2 over A. And then we have a slight change here, these next 4 chords. Do you want it? Do you want my place? Take my place. You can hear the vocal goes funny there. So what's happening is we have a G chord, but we're playing an A bass. So the way I'm doing that is just by, again, muting that low E, open A string. Okay, so G over A. And then you have an A13 chord, which can be played a variety of ways. This is the most common. A13 is played up here. So what is the 13 chord? If I remember correctly, it has a root, 3rd, 5th, 7th, 9th, and 13th, which is a 6 in there. It's common to drop the 5. So what I'm doing here is I'm playing a voicing that doesn't have a that does have a 5th. It does. What are we missing here out of the spelling of that chord? Yeah, I guess there's no 9th in this one. So. Is there a 9th and a 13th chord? I think there is. I'm not a jazz guy. I know chords pretty well, but sometimes I forget things. So here what we're really doing is we're playing an A7 chord with a 6 on the bottom. So you get A, E, G, C sharp, F sharp. And that gives you an A13 sound. There's probably other voicings you could play to do the A13. You know, that's a nice one there. It's a really nice A13 chord, but, or I say actually it's 6, but A7 with an F sharp on the bottom. Okay, so you get then back into do you want it? Do you want my place? You take my place. Then ends as the 4. You want it? But this time it ends with that. So you have, instead of having I guess it's a bar of 3/4 that ends that chorus. So it ends this time with that chord, which is an F with a G bass, right? So Kind of a hard chord to make, but basically you just make an F triad like that and put that G on top. Okay, you could also do it really kind of just do it as a partial F chord here and just mute like that, but you want to try to get that triad in there. Okay, so you might want to practice the change from A minor to G over F. All right, once again, you have an F triad. You can see it right there, right? 1, 2, 3, and then you've got the G on top. All right, because that G over F chord, or rather F over G, pardon me, that F over G is going to bring us into the bridge, which goes to C minor. So let's listen to that. And by the way, you'll notice in this bridge coming up that it repeats the intro chords. So let's do this. Right there. Hold on, one more time. Let's just listen to that one more time. So you probably notice those intro chords are repeated there. So you get that, oh, that F over G. I know, da, 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 just the intro, except for that intro, the beginning of that with the C minor F. So out of that F over G, go to C minor, then F to B flat. That brings us back towards A flat major, and then so the C minor, F, and B flat are really the only difference between that and the intro, except he doesn't play an A flat sus4, he plays an A flat chord this time, okay? So that's all there for you in the chord chart below and on the screen. Then we have a third verse, which is another A minor chord, A minor 7. Simple chorus this time, but we go back to a bridge. Solo, okay? The solo is over the verse and the simple chorus, so the chords are A minor 7, and then we go D over A, D minor over A minor, repeat that. So I'm not going to do the solo. Yeah, so after the solo, we just fade out on the same chorus. So A minor verse. Oh, he's throwing into G here, I think, also. Yeah. Yeah, listen. A13. Yeah, so you're going to need to know your scales for that. Yeah, over the A, the G. Yeah, you know what? It's really just going to be like A minor, a bar of D major, a bar of D minor, A minor, bar of D major, bar of D minor. The G over A, you can play A mixolydian over that, and the A13, you can also play A mixolydian over that. So, yeah, not too challenging. It'd be pretty simple. Actually, a pretty good chord progression to solo over. So, yeah, and from there, we just fade out. fade out from there. So that's Take My Place, and we are now done with the works. We've finished 15 minutes, and we're slowly chipping away at these guys. So one day this is all going to be over, and not too far from now. So thank you for hanging out and hopefully enjoying these videos. All right, later.